Hey everyone, I'm Christina and welcome to Next Door English. Today we're going to talk about 5 common mistakes that students make when they learn in English. Before we start, remember that native speakers also commit mistakes in their language as well as when they are learning a new language, and I'm sure that you do too in your mother tongue. And also remember that it's a normal, natural process and you shouldn't be scared of that. That's why it's important to be in the mistakes-friendly environment. This is where people accept you're making mistakes, and most of my students, they had problems at school or at university when people were making fun of their mistakes or they were shaming them for not knowing something, and since then they cannot do that, and for them it's really hard. But if you're scared of committing mistakes, unfortunately it will impede you to develop and to learn a language. So just avoid this environment and remember, it's a natural process. It's okay when you commit mistakes. It's even beneficial for your brain because it means that you learn something new. Now let's start. I haven't any pets. I don't have any pets. Which one is correct? I don't have any pets. In present simple, if you want to talk about the possession or something that you own, the correct form, of course, for I, you, we, they will be I don't. For he, she, it, doesn't have, and you say what you have, you don't. You also can say I haven't got or he hasn't got, but never say I haven't if you talk about the possession, if you talk about something you own in present tense. I'm often asked what's the difference between haven't got and don't have. Well, haven't got is more informal way. That's it. That's the difference. You can use either. But if you want to be more formal, if you're writing a formal letter or an article or an essay, I'd rather use don't have or doesn't have rather than have got. Mistake number 2. She said me to come back the next day. She told me to come back the next day. Which one is correct? She told me to come back the next day. In indirect speech is more common tell than say. What's the difference between direct and indirect? Let me know in the comments and I'll make, with great pleasure, I'll make for you another video. So, in few words, the indirect speech is the one that we take away the quotation mark and we explain what somebody else told us. So you would rather use tell in this way than say. Another example. She said, I'm not going to pay for that. She told me she wasn't going to pay for that. Mistake number 3. I study every day to improve my English. Or I study every day for improve my English. Which one is correct? I study every day to improve my English. Why? If you want to express the purpose, the reason, with the verb, that's important, then you'd rather use just infinitive form directly. So you say, I run every day to be fit, for example. However, if you want to use a noun, use for. For example, I moved to New York for a new job. I moved to New York for a new job. Mistake number 4. I have known about this job for 6 months. Or I have known about this job since 6 months. The correct one is I've known about this job for 6 months. What's the difference between these two? Well, if we talk about some point in the past, exact point, in the past, since which it was happening, it was going on, the starting point, let's call it like that. Then use since. Usually we use it with time or years. For example, I've been living in Spain since 2007. So the starting point is 2007. Since then, I've been living there. I lived there and I started living there in 2007. But if you're interested to express the length of what's going on, what's happening, then this is a for. For example, same sentence, but this time I am interested in the length, not when it started, no, in the length. So I'm gonna say so today is 2020, and from 2007, how many years? I've been living in Spain for 13 years, right? I expressed how many years, yes? I've expressed how long it was, not the starting point, the length. And mistake number 5. Who parked their car here? Or who parked his car here? And the correct one is who parked their car here. Even though you refer to one person, you'd rather use their. Why? Because if you say his, we just talk about the man or boy, about the male. But we don't know, or we're not interested to know if it's a male or it's a female. So you'd rather use their. This is called the neutral their or they. Okay, in this case would be rather much better if you say who parked their car here. Even though we've referred to one person, but we're not interested to know if it's a man or a woman, or it's not important, then in this case we use their or they. One more time. Let me know in the comments how many correct answers have you got, and also please share your common mistakes in your opinion. Well, in your country, for example, students, what are the common mistakes that they commit, that they make? I would love to hear about them, because perhaps it will help other students as well, other learners, to avoid making them. It will be great, it will be fantastic if we make this community. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't, and share with your friends, because perhaps they are the ones who can commit those mistakes. Help them out, share this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. If you share with you, yeah, I will share. One more time. 5 out of 5, congratulations. 5 out of 5, congratulations. Wasted.